Creative human capital. This pillar aims at reforming the education system for the purpose of better preparing youth to become competitive and productive members of the workplace. Human capital is a concept used by economists to designate personal attributes considered useful in the production process. It encompasses employee knowledge, skills, good health, and education. Human capitals allow an economy to grow. When human capital increases in areas such as science, education, and management, it leads to increases in innovation, social well-being, equality, increased productivity, improved rate of participation, all of which contribute to economic growth. Hello and welcome everyone to our program, New Kuwait. In today's episode with a special guest, Director of Educational Resources, Mr. Adnan Qahi. Hello and welcome, Mr. Adnan.
Thank you for having me in the show.
You are most welcome. We spoke in the previous episode about keys to success, and there are 10 of them. You told us 5. Could you tell us about them?
Yes, in the previous episode, we talked about keys to success. We discussed 5 of them. One was setting up a goal, and the other one was consistency, and the other one was good work ethics.
Yes.
And the last one was discipline, okay, and so on. And right now we are going to be discussing about the continuous pursuit of knowledge. Our next key is how to pursue additional knowledge in
You mean after having a degree or
yes,
being
like,
a lawyer or something?
Exactly. Like, for instance, if you have a college student who has just finished the degree,
Yes.
okay, and he or she wants to open a business, okay, and so in order to open a business, you have to pursue some knowledge. And in order pursuing knowledge is not just limited to having a degree, okay?
Of course.
Because most of the companies nowadays that you have, like Airbnb and Uber, okay, these companies wouldn't have been existed if there wasn't been pursuit of knowledge.
How?
Because these companies, okay, like before 10 years, like Airbnb, for instance, they don't own a single hotel or a single house. And now they are the most successful company in renting hotel accommodation,
Yes.
and residence. Similarly, Uber, they don't own single taxi, but they have the largest taxi company in the world, okay?
Yes.
And this is because of knowledge, pursuing knowledge, because they went there, okay? Graduates from university graduates, they went and searched and looked for where are the areas where we can work hard. So my advice to the newcomers to the business or to the new graduates is to look into the areas which has not been explored by the others.
Yes.
And look there and think outside the box so that they can, okay, succeed in this world.
Yes.
Similar to what the Uber people did, or what the Facebook people and Airbnb.
Actually, these two examples of Airbnb and Uber, it's an example of innovation to make something new. So pursuing knowledge, is that through books, reading?
Not only with experience and asking people. Now, after my other point is about the ability to listen, where I'm going to elaborate that.
This is number 6 one.
This is number 7, right?
7.
Yes.
Ability to listen. Could you explain?
Yes,
what is
ability to listen. Now, your question was like, for instance, being innovative is how I can be innovative. One of the ways to be innovative is to start to listen carefully. Okay, listen carefully. Now, listen to first of all, in your home, to your elder brother who is knowledgeable. Okay, ask him. If you have a good friend, listen to him. Listen to their ideas. Okay. Listen to your customers. Like sometimes a customer, okay, who sometimes people think that he or she is not important, okay, might give you an idea. And that idea, if you can take it and explore it, you might have a lot of success. Listen to your boss, like for instance, okay, Like some of the people, they don't like listen to everyone, okay, and try to learn from, okay, each one of them.
Yes.
Like for instance, if you own a business, okay, you should listen to everyone, what everyone is saying. You should gather the feedback from all the stakeholders of your company, not the
Yes.
not the shareholders, the stakeholders, okay, and gather feedback from them, and from that feedback try to learn new lessons, because those lessons are very vital for your business.
Yes, actually, the most innovative companies online, they are online. They work, perform online, like Airbnb. To me, in my opinion, this is a personal opinion. I think they are lazy. They said we don't want to build the hotels, and the taxi companies similarly. But it's a brilliant idea.
Yes, and
It's
they
a
are
lazy-
millionaires now.
Yes, they are more than millionaires.
Yeah, billionaires now.
Yes. So these ideas comes from thinking new ideas.
Yes,
and
yes.
ability to
You
listen.
have to try. You have to try new things.
I think
If
it's
you
brilliant.
don't try new things, then
I think Bill Gates said something about being hiring the lazy.
yeah,
brain.
because that's
They will find out the
yeah,
easy way.
Yeah, because a lazy person, okay, they won't work hard, okay, but
Yes.
they will try to find easier ways to do things.
Yes, actually, this is my philosophy in life. But let's go to number 8.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yes.
Now, number 8 is about the attitude. You should have an attitude in yourself that you will never give up. Now, sometimes people, they start new businesses, okay. I know personally, I know some people, okay, they were employees and then they started a business, and then the businesses didn't work out and they lost some money,
Yes.
okay, and then they came back to their, okay, they went to be employees again, okay, started to work for someone.
So you think they have poor attitude?
Yeah, so
So
you shouldn't give up, okay. Even if you fail, okay,
Yes.
you have to work on. You have to try again and try with a different way.
Yes.
Try-
Because attitude, as you know, this is a big word. So because if you have passion about something, your attitude will be accordingly going to success.
Yes.
Because you don't care.
Yes.
A lot of people, like the example you just said, that he came back because maybe he said, maybe I am not suited for this job. So they came back. So attitude and passion. What do you think come first?
I think actually passion comes first, okay? Because of that passion, okay, you will have an attitude, okay?
Yes.
Passion towards something, then you will have the attitude to pursue that passion.
I think the passion is in the research field, especially in the science, because you are researching in the dark. So you have to have the passion and you believe in yourself. And eventually you will be successful.
Exactly, and that's the why. And you should have a belief in yourself that you will be successful. But giving up is okay. Like for instance, again, okay, if you have a business, okay, try to find a different way, okay. Maybe you are working in a wrong direction, okay. Maybe try to do something new.
A lot of people, they pursue money. Of course, they should be successful. Then the money will come.
Yes.
This is a reversed mentality.
Yes, and a lot of people, they don't put a lot of hours in the beginning of their business.
They never. They
Yeah,
said,
they think in the first day they will be millionaires. No, the case is not like that.
yes.
Maybe they will have to work hard for 1 or 2 years, and then things will start to move on.
And tell us about the last key to success.
I think, we have not too afraid to take risks. The last one.
So you have to be brave.
You have to be brave. Like for instance, okay, I'm afraid of losing money. Okay, like for instance, so
Maybe I will not succeed.
You have to take calculated risks. Okay, and
Calculated.
but take the risk.
Take risk.
Take the risk. Okay, because no risk, no gain. That's the problem. A lot of people, they don't have the courage to take risk, because for taking risks you need courage, a lot of courage.
Yes.
Okay, because you will be on the line. Okay, and they are afraid of taking risk and losing everything. if you want to talk about risk, okay, 85% of the risk, okay, when you take a risk, 85% of the risk is doesn't occur, okay?
So,
If there is a, yeah, and 15%, okay, is it occurs. Within the 15%, there's 13% occurs, and it's you can work around, you can solve it. Only 2% remains, that is the risk occurs and you cannot solve it.
So
like for instance, like a force majeure. In the force majeure, like for instance, like a hurricane comes up and destroys everything. So what you can do? Okay, it's a risk.
it's a risk you have
Yeah,
to take.
it's okay. So no problem.
And something about risk, I remember the philosophy of motivational speaker Jim Rohn. He said, getting married is risky, having children is risky,
Everything is risky.
life is risky.
Yeah.
So you have to take the risk.
Yeah, because yeah, if you don't take risk, and sometimes, okay, risk is painful also, okay, but we learn from it.
We learn.
Yeah,
yes.
and you get a lesson, even if you lose something, okay, but you will gain a lot of experience,
Yes.
and that experience will be helpful in your success journey.
Yes. Do you think someone is successful without knowing they are successful? Because after you achieving the goal, you will be, this is the end of my journey.
Now that's a very interesting comment that you said now.
Yes.
Because some people, okay, they are doing, they might be doing these things, okay, not knowingly, okay.
Yes.
And they are doing it by themselves, and they are successful.
They feel empty inside.
Yes, and they because they have everything, okay, and they do, but they can. There is, I believe that there is some space for improvement. So they have to search for that space of improvement, okay, and work on it, okay, and
Yes.
then they will be more successful.
Yes, because success is really something coming from within.
Yes,
To the
yeah,
people.
it has some variables. If you have these variables,
Yes.
or keys, as I say, okay, then no one can stop you.
Of course. Willing to sacrifice, and then you will be successful.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Mr.
You are
Ali.
most welcome.
Thank you so much. That was the Director of Educational Resources in one of Kuwait's private universities, Mr. Adnan Qadi. Creative human capital. This pillar aims at reforming the education system for the purpose of better preparing youth to become competitive and productive members of the workplace. Human capital is a concept used by economists to designate personal attributes considered useful in the production process. It encompasses employee knowledge, skills, good health, and education. Human capitals allow an economy to grow. When human capital increases in areas such as science, education, and management, it leads to increases in innovation, social well-being, equality, increased productivity, improved rates of participation, all of which contribute to economic growth. Hello and welcome, the viewers, to our program, New Kuwait. In today's episode, we have with us our special guest, Mr. Adil Shumali. Hello and welcome, Mr. Adil.
Thank you.
We spoke with you about the National Development Plan and agriculture here in Kuwait.
Yes.
We talked about everything, economy, environment, and how to be supported, the government supports the farmers. Now let's talk about the governmental sector and private sector in terms of supporting the agriculture here in Kuwait. What do you think?
We have a say that one hand cannot clap.
Sure.
Okay. Yes, the government from their own side, they are doing so many activities and they are doing so many preparation to ensure the sector of agriculture, at least the part. Okay, we're not going to talk about the poultry and this and that.
Yes.
But in general,
yes,
in general, that there is specialized people in each field. And the resources, it is so strong that if there is a sort of a combination between the private sector and the public sector, is to put them together, and they don't have the leverage of having plenty of time, months, no, I'll say maximum within 3 months. Those two parties, if they work together and put the vision for Kuwait for 2035, how they are going forward, and to measure it year by year, the progress. If anybody does not do the progress within year on year, he better walk out from this
because
group.
Yes, because some people said this development plan is very ambitious. They
Yes.
said it's a lot of ambition.
Of course.
We need to work everything
course.
in development.
There is individual companies, there is individual governments. They have put the plans. Once you plan it correctly, okay, they said good planning, half the job is done.
Yes.
So you need a good planning. A planning is not from one side, neither from farmer side, nor from government alone individually, away from the farmers. So you have to put in all aspects, whether in fishery or in livestock or in dairy products or in poultry, everything. You have to have different segments, different groups, subgroups, and a main group.
Yes.
And they should not be given plenty of time.
Yes.
Maximum 3 months, they have to come up. Not to sleep for 1 year or
Yes.
2 years, and then they wake up. 3 months, they have to make a very solid plan, take the head, and this is the vision, and you have to measure the progress year over year.
Yes.
Without this, nobody can go anywhere.
Yes. Just to clarify for the viewer, there
Yes.
are no vision for this subject.
Yes, yes.
No.
Not the viewers. The viewers, of course, they have to see
No,
the results.
I mean, is there a strategy now in place?
I don't know. I don't feel it, personally.
So there are not. You cannot see
I
something.
can see that the government walking on one side, they are doing certain steps,
Yes.
but is it with the correct and the right sectors?
Yes.
And to conclude together, they both agree on the same vision. This is how you progress. Otherwise, you cannot progress.
Yes.
You have to have a good path, a good plan, a good detailed activity to be progress. As I said, from power stations, from support, from distribution channels, from monitoring the progress of each project, how they are far, what obstacles it can stop you from progressing this plan. That's how you achieve. And this is most of the governments and the individual companies, this is how they achieve.
Yes.
And for us, Green Life Company, when we started our project of the aeroponic, we didn't talk about it on purpose. The idea, we will be doing aeroponic agriculture. No, when it's finished, then we talk about it. It's done.
It's done, yes.
It's done.
So planning, execution, and then achieving the goal.
Achieving the goals is very
Yes.
important.
Where do you see the future? I know this is maybe because a lot of elements have to be looked at.
Of
and
course.
What do you think? Can you protect the future?
It can be, you mean it can be implemented, it
Yes.
can be planned correctly.
The whole scene. What do you think?
The whole scene, it's very easy. Very easy.
Very
we,
easy.
we have the brains, and we have the setup,
Yes.
and we have the people. What else you want? And you have the money as well.
To put a strategy here in Kuwait,
Yes.
especially in agriculture,
Yes.
where do we start from?
As we mentioned, you need to have the right professional people from the private sector and the government sector. They have to get together
Why do you think they have to get together?
because they have common things between the two parties. Some they agree on it, some they disagree on it. They have to make it all agreeable, planned correctly, and has to be doable.
And it has to be in the public and private sector.
Absolutely.
Right.
Because you cannot depend everything on the government. The private sector must
Must be.
function.
Yes.
Must function. Most of the advanced countries,
Yes.
they are always going on the privatization.
Sure.
So why we don't go for it as well? We don't have to
Yes.
reinvent the wheel.
Yes,
huh?
of course.
So let's learn from where the others end. And we continue our progress and we continue our future planning correctly.
Yes.
Everything is, we see things in Kuwait now with a clear vision. Some people, they disagree in certain activity that the government do. But if you see it in the long term,
Yes.
they're excellent progress, excellent goals has been set, executed. And it helps the citizen, it helps the people living in Kuwait, and helps the future growth of Kuwait.
Yes.
Kuwait is growing, it's not shrinking, it's growing.
Sure.
So it's important to have a very clear vision for the future.
We have two farmlands in Kuwait. Let's say
Yes.
it's, we have a desert, not a desert. It's called hot, dry weather in Kuwait.
Yes, yes.
So it's similar from north and south.
Right.
Abdili, Wafra.
Wafra, yeah.
Where do you think we should start the agriculture in Kuwait? Do you prefer some place?
both.
Just
I mean, there is no preference on between Wafra
They're
and
similar.
Abdali. They are more or less similar. It is the environment of the different agriculture that you do. Is it sustainable? Is it environmentally friendly? Is
Yes.
it well protected for the season? Is it plastic houses? Is it greenhouses?
Yes.
Is it vertical farming?
I think if we have the intention to
Yeah.
have farmland in Kuwait, I think we should put it in one place. Choose Al-Wafra or Al-Abdili. Some people they say Al-Wafra has a lot of farms. course. There are
Because
farms in
Wafra,
Abdali.
they are more or less, they started very close to each other. And to me, it's a good positioning strategy of the country.
Yes.
And to have it one in the north, one in the south, definitely it's unique.
Why?
It's not wrong. Because you want to, don't make it in one hub. Yes, in case any problems, any weather conditions. So you have
Yes.
one in the north, one in the south. Then your territory is within half an hour, 1 hour from north or south, you can reach the center of Kuwait.
And you must have the setup of electricity in these places.
Yes,
So if something
yes.
goes wrong here,
Then you don't depend on one station.
yes, Tuesday.
So that's another strategy, which is you have a plan A and B and C and D,
Yes.
which is good
Yes.
for the future. Very important.
Yes. So here in Kuwait, I think when we start a project,
Yes.
especially let's call it a mega project, because Kuwait need a lot of maintenance in terms of changing how to agriculture in
Yes.
Kuwait. Some people say it's difficult. Why bother with having agriculture in Kuwait?
Yes.
We have a rich country. We have oil. Why don't we concentrate on something else? What
Well,
do you think?
Kuwait government is concentrating on most of the different sectors. In the oil field, they are taking their share.
Yes.
You take in the industry, they're doing their share. If you take it in the
We
commercial,
have the potential to
yes,
take care of
yeah,
agriculture.
agriculture, of course. Why not? It is not costly. It is costly to establish it, but to run it, it's not costly. And it can't be done. It's very important. Like the industry,
Yes.
like any other industry, food is very important.
So you said it's not costly after we build.
After it's costly at the beginning, the capex of it, the startup of it is costly, but running it then
Yes.
it is very feasible.
Feasible to have it here.
Yes, of
And
course.
in terms of electricity or other aspects of
I mean,
having the produce.
and I'm sure that the government has subsidized these things,
Yes.
and it can help them. They want to encourage them.
Yes.
They don't want to. They want to make them, not to break them, for
Yes.
sure.
Surely, Mr. Adel. Before we conclude with you, because you said a lot of crucial, important information about this subject, do you have something to add at the final of your interview?
I am confident that we have the vision.
Yes.
Confident we have the brains, confident we can do it. It is only somebody to take the lead.
The lead.
And the lead is available within the different organization, within the government. They can lead us. to the success,
Yes.
for sure.
And inshallah, we will achieve and do this project of agriculture here in Kuwait in all technology.
In all technology, yes, it's
Yes.
doable.
Doable.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Pleasure. Thank you for your time.
That was Mr. Adil Shimali, and with that we conclude our episode. Thank you for watching.